Virgo, I'm Ellie with psychicfuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 24th to the 30th of September. So we have just moved out of your season. Happy birthday, all the happy birthdays for the month just gone. Hope you had a lovely one. And hopefully as well you got to celebrate the autumn equinox last weekend and did some harvesty things and had some good food and some good company. If you didn't, there's still time, there's still that energy in the air, and I've got a blog post up on psychicfuture.com with some kind of quick and easy things that you can do to celebrate the harvest, so check that out if you want to. So this week we're now moving into Libra season. So this is the time of year where we're crossing over from Virgo season, which is the end of summer. We've harvested, we've kind of given thanks for everything, all this abundance that we've had and this lovely sunshine. And we're now moving into the darker half of the year, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So this autumn equinox, this is the time of year when the days are of equal length. So we're kind of like literally at the tipping point of light and dark. And this is reflected in the sign of Libra, which is the scales. And when you think about Libra, the kind of terms and the themes that come to mind are often a little bit superficial and external. So we think about things like them being very charming, having a good dress sense and enjoying art and music and beauty and these kind of things, and having lots of good friends and enjoying good times, this kind of thing. And this is because Libra is ruled by Venus, and those things are all very Venusian. They're very kind of like, ooh, lovely and ooh, beautiful and ooh, enjoying. But it is a little bit superficial, and there is more depth to Libra as a sign because it is this tipping point of light and dark. And if there's anything that we should learn about Libra, it's this balance, the scales. So essentially, this is about the inner and the outer. So when we look at all of these external things like beauty and relationships and other people and parties and dinners and art, all of this stuff, it's all the external, but what it's trying to get us to do is to take some kind of information or some lesson from that about what we have on the inner. So it's this mirror effect. And this is talked about a lot in psychology, in particular with Carl Jung, who was a very famous psychotherapist, and he came up with this idea of projection. You might have heard of it. We often talk about, oh, stop projecting that on me. So what it is it's basically when you meet someone or you know someone and you either like or you dislike something about them and you externalize it, but actually it's something that you have within yourself. So an example of that would be that you, Virgo, perhaps you meet someone and they're really confident and perhaps you're not very confident, and you think, wow, they are really cool and I like that, and maybe you even have romantic interest in them because you think, wow, that is a really beautiful quality and I really like that about that person. A lot of the time that's because you do have that inside of you, but you are not allowing yourself to be it for some reason. And when we seek this in other people, what we're doing is we're kind of still denying that we have it inside of ourselves rather than working at becoming whole and accepting everything that we have in us. And this, goes even further with the negative side of things as well. So if we meet somebody and we think, wow, they're so loud and perhaps even a little bit boisterous, and they kind of take all of the attention from the room, and I don't like that and I don't approve of that. Like, if that is the case, then perhaps that is telling you that actually you need to do that a little bit more. Perhaps not to that level, but like in some way you need to dominate the conversation a little bit more. You need to be a bit more confident in yourself. You need to put yourself forwards more. You need to get to the front of the queue and say, yeah, I'm here, recognize me and look at me. And perhaps you're not doing that, and that's why you're having this projection and being like, I don't approve of that, because you're not approving it in yourself. So if you can't approve it in yourself, then you can't approve of it in somebody else. Hopefully you get what I mean by this. And yeah, this is what Libra season is all about right now, because it is leading us into Scorpio season, which is next, and that is about really going within and transforming within this kind of dark time of year that Scorpio represents. So we're being encouraged to ask ourselves some questions this week, in particular at the beginning of the week, because Libra energy is very strong at the beginning. So ask yourself some questions. What do I like in other people? What qualities do I go, wow, that's really great, I wish I was like that? And, you know, do you actually have that inside of you? Are you denying that? Because you can be or do anything you want, really. The only person that's stopping you is you. So ask yourself that, what do I like? And what am I denying in myself? And then the negative one as well, you know, what do I not like in people? What really gets my back up and I just kind of judge and I think, oh, you know, I don't like them because of X, Y, Z. And then think, is that perhaps because I'm not allowing myself to feel those negative feels as well? And do I want to do that sometimes, you know, just a little bit to just let it out, you know? So think about that, and I'm going to pick you a tarot card for the week. I've got these lovely little miniature ones that I got myself for my birthday as a fellow Virgo. So yeah, let's have a card for Virgo for the week. Fun. Justice. Oh my gosh, how funny. Okay, Justice, the scales. I don't know if you can see that, it's very tiny. Yeah, this is the card of Libra. This is all about balance, harmony, seeing the truth in things, balancing the outer with the inner, balancing the light with the dark, you know, going out and doing kind of like frivolous, nice things with your friends and connecting, but also having that time where you go within and you have a little bit of solitude and you know, have a think and be creative. And yeah, like this projection of like inner and outer as well that we were talking about, like what do you see in other people that you need to claim for yourself? What do you want to be that you keep seeing outside of yourself? You know, even if it's in like terms of like beauty and like, you know, things that you go, wow, that's really lovely. Like find it inside yourself, because it is, everything outside of you is a reflection of what's inside of you. So yeah, really ponder on that this week, because that's uncanny that that card has come out. And yeah, check back for next week's video. Love to see you and have a lovely week. Much love.